Hey everyone, it's JoJo and welcome to a Beyblade Burst unboxing and review. Yesterday I was able to get my hands on a ton of new Beyblade Burst stuff. And I also set up a poll on which one you'd like to see me unbox first. And this was number 1, Turbo Spryzen S4. Everyone is wanting to see this. Alright, so here's the front of the packaging. Turbo Spryzen is a balance type. And here we have the Beyblade right here. On the back we got some stats and the parts. So of course Spryzen is a dual rotation, left and right spin. Here we have the 2-part forged disc DR68. And the performance tip is TB12-S for SlingShock. And we have some stats here. We got some awesome attack. Pretty low everywhere else. Pretty good amount of weight too. And then the SlingShock meter, which is pretty much half and half. Alright, so yeah, let's get this unboxed. Alright, and here is Turbo Spryzen. Let's start off with the energy layer. The top part kind of looks like the same as Cho-Z Spriggan, with a few aesthetic details missing here and there, just because Hasbro doesn't have stickers you need to apply, so just missing some black paint that should be here, or black stickers, but otherwise still pretty much the same. They do have burst stoppers up here, which they do feel easier to activate. So I think it'll be a little bit better when it comes to activating those burst stoppers. This middle part, Cho-Z Spriggan does have metal, but Turbo Spryzen does not. Here's the back side with the QR code and also this little mechanic to change the rotation of the Beyblade. Alright, so to do that, you take your launcher and winder, actually just your winder, and you have this little tab here, and you insert that into the hole. So right now it is in left spin, and basically turn it until it clicks until it points to right spin. Overall, it does feel pretty similar to Cho-Z Spriggan. Other than the material difference, that's the only thing that's really missing from Turbo Spryzen, the Hasbro version. Alright, and we got some really good parts for the disc and frame. So we have Zero and Wall. So Zero, really good all around for stamina, attack, what have you. And the Wall frame is actually really good to help with to keep it upright and rolling, especially if you pair this with bearing. It may not look like it, but it's actually really helpful. Also a really great way to get wall, because the only other way, well, actually the first way you could get wall was through the Cho-Z customized set that came with Cho-Z Spriggan. So that was really hard to get. It was a really expensive set. But if you just want this part, this is really good, a really good pickup. Alright, moving on, we have the performance tip. This is known as Zeta, and this is classified as a SlingShock performance tip, even though it's not. There's really no activation for SlingShock. It's just, you know, regular Zeta. So you have your defense mode, which looks really flat. I don't imagine this is a defense mode. Or maybe that is supposed to be like the SlingShock version of this, that the defense mode is really flat, so it's going to be more of an attack pattern. So you pull the tip out, you turn it, and this is stamina mode with a fusion tip on it. And then you keep turning it, and that is the third mode, the attack mode. Although this surface area does, again, just looks so much smaller than the defense mode, and this one's even flatter, so I imagine this is going to be a lot more aggressive. The defense mode is going to be a lot more aggressive than the actual attack mode. Alright, and yeah, that's pretty much it for Turbo Spryzen. Let's do some weight tests, and since I do have Cho-Z Spriggan out, we're going to do a comparison I don't imagine the layers will be much of a difference. So let's start off with Hasbro Energy Layer 16.2, and then Cho-Z Spriggan Takara Tomy 19.53. Still heavier, mainly because of that metal part in there, but not so far off. It's not like it's 10 grams heavier, you know, compared to the other Cho-Z layers and the SlingShock layers. Alright, so we have Zero and Wall 27.68, pretty good. And then this other one, I guess it doesn't matter, 27.86. So around the same thing. Also kind of depends on the weight of the Zero disc. So there are going to be some variance there. And then we have Zeta, Hasbro Zeta 6.53, and then this is Zeta Dash 6.21. Yeah, a little bit less because I think this one is bulkier anyway, so it's gonna have a few grams on it. Actually, not a few grams, but it was just slightly heavier. And then all together now, Hasbro 50.41, and then Takara Tomy 53.63, so not too far off in weight. Again, it's most likely just this middle metal part here. Also, Hasbro's performance tip is a little bit bulkier, so just a teensy bit heavier. So again, not too far off from the original. Alright, let's do some spin tests. Test launch time. I'll keep Turbo Spryzen in right spin for now. What I really want to test out is the performance tip with this really flat defense tip. Alright. 3, 2, 1, let it. Yeah, that's pretty aggressive for a defense type. And let's see if we got any burst stoppers out. Yeah, we got that top one there. So when that happens, you basically just push it down, and that was really easy to push down actually. So yeah, pretty easy to deploy those. 3, 2, 1, let it. Yeah, didn't self KO myself that time. Alright, so that was the aggressiveness of the actual defense driver. And we got the top and bottom burst stoppers out. So let's switch it over to attack, just to compare the attack pattern. 3, 2, 1, let it. Oh, kind of rebounded there. Yeah, a little bit about the same, but this one's definitely has a much slower. Again, we got both burst stoppers out. 3, 2, 1. Oh, let it rip. Alright, yeah, pretty much standard for that tip. And now let's put it over to stamina. 3, 2, 1, let it. And there you have stamina mode. Another thing I forgot to mention about the wall frame is that it's good for not only for LAD, it's also good for preventing itself from getting KO'd. So basically, wall you want to use on a left spinning Beyblade or an opposite spinning match. So what it does to prevent its KO, it's so low enough that it's going to actually scrape and then come back in rather than just getting slipping right out. Alright, test battle time. Here's a little preview of a battle I'm going to be doing soon. So we have Turbo Achilles going up against Turbo Spryzen. And I put Spryzen in left spin, and I'm going to be keeping it in stamina to help kind of demonstrate how the wall frame works. And I've kept Turbo Achilles in the mid height for the performance tip. So soft launch, Turbo Spryzen, then a hard launch. It looks like Turbo Achilles just wants to stall out Spryzen, which is a pretty good strategy. Oh, Turbo Achilles actually outspun it. Now let's switch Turbo Spryzen over to defense mode, which is more like attack mode. So we're going to do hard launches for both Beyblades. Oh, nice collision. And lastly, I know this test battle was kind of short, but it is just a test battle. We're going to do the last round in attack mode. Oh no! Achilles just ran out of the stadium. Let's do that one more time. That wasn't much of a battle. Lots of scraping from Turbo Spryzen, and it lost. So obviously the wall frame didn't work because it's not on the right performance tip. It's not the ideal performance tip for this setup here. Yeah, that's where I'm going to end this unboxing and review of Beyblade Burst Turbo Spryzen S4. Let me know what you think about this Beyblade. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you next time with more Beyblade. See you soon.